implement, like you go back to Thursday's message and you can use this message to really massage in, to really bring full every word that we've received over this weekend. So, any questions for anybody? And we'll flow from there.
I just want to say, when you said that, you know, you believe God, you've seen the power of God manifest in your life. I told my pastor, and I tell everyone that I speak to, that when they come to me and ask me about my faith, because my faith is solely in God. And I know the spelling thing is one thing, and I have to get over that, but I love God. I trust God completely. I don't care what it is. I go to God before I go to man. And when I go to God, I honestly see the movement of God in my life. When I recognize it, I tell him thank you. When I pray and I ask God for something, I could just say, well, Lord, just take for instance, I'll say, Lord, I used to sit at my kitchen table and study. And I would tell the Lord, and sometimes I would sit there from 6 in the morning and trying to write, and what I couldn't spell, I would just look the words up. It would take me a long time, but I would do it. And I would tell God, I said, Lord, every time I sit here at the table, I got to move all of this out of the way. I said, I desire to have a desk to study by. I have a desk. I didn't have to pay for it. It was given to me. I said, Lord, just about anything I asked him for, he gives it to me. And I tell this story all the time because it's true. And I'm passionate about it. My entire house was laid out by God. I never had to spend any money. And I have a wonderful looking apartment. It's beautiful. And when I talk to people, people come to me and sit down and ask me, how did you get your faith? By trusting God. The thing is, I just didn't trust myself. But I saw the movement of God. I saw that. And just like the spelling thing, I know that if I keep up the good work, I will be able to ace it. I know that. I just want so much. When I see you, I went home last night and I'm loved by many people because I love people. And I ask God, I say, God, why don't I have the education that they have? People tell me all the time, they say, you speak so intelligently. We would never know that you didn't go to school, you didn't go to college. But it just meant so much to me to be able to go. I see people go to school, they go to college, I listen to Pastor. It's just like smarts is just oozing out of them. And I want so much to have that. But I understand that maybe that's not who God made me to be. My education comes from God. My conversations is mostly God. When I have a conversation with anyone, it's mostly about God. Not about school books, any of that stuff. People come to me, they want to know about God. And that's what I give them. That's who I am.
Thank you for sharing that. And it's so powerful that I really appreciate your ability to be vulnerable. And there is healing for you and breakthrough for you. And I want to thank everybody else just for being patient in this moment, right? And so I'm saying this, that I appreciate you saying it, because you say, when you look at me, why can I have this education? Our struggles were the same. I want to share a little bit more with you. I struggled the same way. I had my first, I was pregnant at 15, had my baby at 16. I was a smart girl. He used to call me a smart, sneaky girl. Go off and get pregnant, you know. I had a 4-year scholarship. Would have gone off to school for engineering. And my mom, she came to me and she said, if you go to school, I'm gonna raise your child as mine, your sister. She said, I'm gonna take the baby. I'm gonna raise her as your sister. But if you stay home and do something around here, I'll help you raise the baby. So I decided to go to cosmetology school. 2 years. I made my first 6 figures in 7 months with a 2-year cosmetology certificate. They don't even call it a degree, a certification, right? Within the span of 3 years, I earned my first 7 figures over a span of 3 years, right? From styling hair. I can remember having one of my clients, she went to school, she's a neurologist. She had a stroke. We were talking about income taxes one year, and she was telling me her numbers, so I was sharing with her my numbers, and she literally got, literally angry. I have spent hundreds and thousands of dollars. I have just had a stroke. How in the heck are the gap between what you earn as a hairstylist and what I earn as a neurologist? It was an $80,000 difference, which I feel like was a significant difference. But what she's saying is, I'm pissed off at you because you went and got she really devalued my education. Right. You went and got a 2-year certificate and you're making just $80,000 difference, and here I am to suffer a stroke. I got hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans to pay back, and I still gotta figure out how to build a practice in order for me to really get a return on all of that. She was really upset, right? And so that's just then. How about when God tells me I'm standing behind the chair and say, Ty, come out of hiding. Come from behind that chair. I got more work for you to do. What am I supposed to do? I know I want to empower women. I know I love to make women feel good. But, I can't do what they do. I don't have that education. This is me talking to I don't have that education. And now when I first stepped out there, what are people going to feel like going from beautician to business by having them see me as a business coach? This is within myself. How is somebody going to respect me as a business coach and pay me these dollars as a business coach because I just got a 2-year degree? And so what happens is I was struggling within myself that not enoughness. I felt like I needed to prove my worth. I felt like I needed another degree. I felt like I needed to have a piece of paper to tell me that I am who God created me to be. But the moment I began to drop that limiter, right? I was able to shift into not only coaching business owners, but I'm talking about I have 8-figure business owners requesting to hear from me, requesting the beautician as their business coach. Right. 8-figure business owners. Guess what? It was my unique experience in life and the fact that I was able to take something that was creative and cause it to become a 6-figure company and then grow it into a 7-figure company. I need what she got. If she can take some hairstyling and build a 6-figure company or a 7-figure company, that's what I want right there. I want that to be my coach. So the very thing I thought that made me inadequate, made me not enough, was the very thing that God was able to use to cause and attract into my life abundance. Yeah. Do you understand that? And so for you, it's really a matter of you saying, okay, how do I not use the world way of measuring value and growth as my marker for measuring my value and growth, right? And so one thing that God did not give us a job, He gave us all a gift. God did not give you a job, He gave you a gift. If you discover anything, if you want to get anything in life, don't try to go out there and get a job. Ask God, where is my gift? Now, if your gift so happens to land you in a place of influence within a corporate space, fine. Right. But your gift will make room for you. I created a lane for myself. It wasn't that, even to today, it is not about, this is years later that I just went and got my bachelor's degree. I just did that last year. But guess why I got the bachelor's degree? Because I wanted to cultivate the gift. You got to allow your gift to tell you where to invest the money. I learned in a lot of untraditional ways. It's unorthodox ways. Right? So I invested $68,000 in a coach. Some people invest $68,000 for the degree. But I want accelerated growth. I invested $68,000 with a coach. I don't have no degree to tell nobody that it's equivalent to a degree. You know, I don't have a certification that says I had to pay this lady this much money. You should respect me. Guess what? I had to stand up in my own value. So you got to stand up in your own value. And here's what it is. We have to shift our focus. Your focus has to shift from what you're not or what you feel you are not and shift your focus to what you know you are.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you can just do that one small thing, if you can stop majoring on the minor and just really acknowledge what your gift is and really begin to cultivate what that gift is, then that right there will overshadow and overtake anything else. So maybe it's for you that maybe you want so much, like for you, it is not anybody else. For you, you want, if you just want it for you, you want to go out and get a degree because you feel like it'll make you feel better about yourself, then you can do that. But what you run the risk of doing is still been unfulfilled, because after you get the degree, then you are guaranteed to find that you need something else to make you feel better.
Yeah.
See, what you really just got to do is just come in your head and say, have this deep sense of knowing that I am already good enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then allow that gift to guide you. Because there's a lot of us carrying, Pastor Amos just talked about, he invested that money on that car. He didn't need that. He went and got that car, it was just because he thought it would make him be accepted. He thought it would make a way for him.
I know my gift is cooking.
Right?
I'm great at cooking and baking, and I'm just a person, I cook and I just give it all out here. If people wait for me to make things and, well, what are you doing today? You gonna cook anything?
Right.
And I love to cook and I love to feed people.
Right, so you know what, for that, and then I'm gonna open it up to see if anybody else have any questions, we can close out. But even for that, with your gift, you know that's what your gift, then maybe God is calling you to cultivate, shift your focus to your gift. Your gift could be that you have a business there. How do I start this business?
We need that.
We do, right? How do I start this business now, right? That gift could be like, maybe it's for you to start just perfecting that gift and creating awareness around your cooking, sharing that gift with some places. Let me come in and cook for the homeless. Let me come in and cook for this. Let me come in and do this.
It's wonderful you say that, because that's my prayer, to feed the homeless. I don't drive, so I've asked God to provide a way for me to get back and forth and around to spread the food around, spread the goodness around.
So you begin to advocate that vision,
Yeah.
that belief. What you're saying, you're praying. What you're saying, I'm believing.